Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Tonight is a very special night. Tonight, we bring to you the best YouTube web show on the world. We love it raw. Of course, my name is the future Christopher Coy, and alongside me is the incomparable and insatiable VNEss.
Hello, guys. Unfortunately, A.S. Caldero won't be here today because he lost his voice and he is not feeling good. But you guys still have these two awesome people, me, VNEss, and the future Chris Corey. We got you guys. All things wrestling, all things raw.
The show will go on.
Of course. So we start off yesterday, February 10th, 2014. Right. I forgot the year already. Okay. And the beautiful, gorgeous Betty White starts off the show alongside the Big Show. Right? Betty White comes out, and one of the first things she says is that she's here and she's gonna kick some ass. I thought that meant that she was gonna fight.
I thought so too. I was waiting for her to fight somebody.
But she's like 91 years old.
But you
don't want her to get a heart attack while fighting.
You want to know something? For a 91-year-old TV legend, she probably can kick anybody's ass. She could probably kick my ass.
Well, anyone can kick your ass. Anyways, so out
Thanks.
comes Triple H and Stephanie, and Big Show's face was like,
he was angry.
Yes.
He was angry.
She's still angry at them both because they
humiliated him
over and over again. So anyway, so they come out. Betty White and Big Show goes back to the back, and the whole point of their coming out is to clarify confusion about reconsidering the face of the WWE. If you guys remember, last week they told Orton that if he loses to Daniel Bryan,
right,
that they were going to have to reconsider who the new face of the WWE was. Well, Randy Orton lost last week on Raw to Daniel Bryan, which we all thought maybe Hunter and Stephanie
had to change your heart.
Had a change of heart or something.
Knowing that this guy, Daniel Bryan, has been busting his ass since day one, since coming into the WWE. And I'm going to be honest with you, Vanessa, I think he should be the face of the WWE. He's more popular. He has a backing like no other superstar in the company has ever had, besides Hogan, Warrior, Austin, and The Rock.
He has the universe behind him, which is crazy.
And that goes a long way to showing you, hey, you know what? This guy is going to be a popular superstar for many more years to come. Let's make him the face of the WWE. It's all about money, Vanessa, so you got to remember that.
So, so they're trying to see who the new face, if there's going to be a new face of the WWE. Randy Orton's going to fight at the Elimination Chambers against Cesaro, Sheamus, Cena, Bryan,
Christian,
right?
Right.
So they're saying maybe any one of those can be the new face. Anyways.
Because they know that the Chamber usually doesn't favor the champion heading into WrestleMania.
Of course. But then out comes Orton, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking Orton is going to be in his bitch status again. Because he's been whining and whining.
He's been a crybaby, Vanessa. He's been a big crybaby for a very long time already. Since the Authority has been putting him in gauntlet matches, regular matches, which he doesn't want to go into because he feels, as the face of the WWE, I should be exempt from going into these matches, yada, yada, yada.
Yes. Well, is that I've said it before and I repeat it again. To be the best, you have to constantly prove to everyone that you are the best. Well, in wrestling.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
Because you can't just be like Ambrose, who never he never fights for his U.S. title. So, anyways, I don't want to go forward.
That's for a later time.
Yes. So, Orton comes out and he interrupts them. And Triple H and Stephanie thinks that he's gonna whine. They're like, really? Now? You wanna do this again? And he's like, no. I'm coming out here to apologize. He says that he's apologizing for being childish, selfish, and foolish. That he understands that in order for him to get what he wants, he has to do whatever Steph and Hunter wants. Right? While all this is going on, the whole universe and audience is doing the yes.
Oh, of course.
They're doing Daniel Bryan. They're chanting for Daniel Bryan.
And speaking of that, he does come out.
Exactly. But before that, if you think about it, it was in that same ring 6 months ago.
SummerSlam in LA, the Staples Center.
That freaking Hunter was the referee between Randy Orton and Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
And after Bryan wins the title, Hunter freaking pedigrees him. Randy Orton comes out, cashes in his money in the bank, and steals the title away from Bryan. It was that same theater. That 6 months ago.
It's not the theater, it's the Staples Center.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Thank you. Anyways, so he's talking yada yada yada, and the audience is also still chanting for
Daniel
they're
Bryan.
also now chanting for CM Punk. No one cares right now at this point what the Authority or Orton wants to say, because they're tired of them.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so Bryan comes out, and this is a huge pop.
Oh, it felt like an earthquake was hitting LA with the way Daniel Bryan was coming out, but they said that with the Yes movement, it's spreading. It's
all around the world.
It's going all over the world. From Indonesia to schools in West Virginia to high schools around the country are doing the Yes movement. This is how popular.
I think in the Super Bowl, I think it happened. I heard or something.
I didn't hear that during the Super Bowl. Really?
Super Bowl or a football game.
That is the Super Bowl.
I know. I said one of the football games.
Super Bowl.
Before the Super Bowl.
The Pro Bowl.
Whichever one. I'm not a football fan. I'm a wrestling fan. Anyways, that happened in one of the theaters. The point is that Daniel Bryan, not the theaters, stadiums. Everything's in
Staples
theaters.
Center.
No, I'm talking about
MetLife?
No, I'm talking about one of the stadiums when the whole people there
It's
did
probably
the yes.
It's probably the Pro Bowl. I have to look into it.
Okay. Well, the point is that Daniel Bryan is worldwide, and he should be the face. So he comes out, and he is livid. He is pissed off because of what Kane did to him. Kane interrupted his match. He said he thinks the Authority has something to do with it. Kane interrupted his match, and they failed actually because he whipped Kane's ass. Then he whipped Orton's ass.
But you forgot to mention one thing, Vanessa. The Authority put Kane on reprimand. You forgot to say that they put him on reprimand.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Well, I'm
continue.
just saying, that's the whole thing that led to Daniel Bryan.
Because he says they tell him that afterwards. So, because Daniel Bryan is livid, so he tells them that he wants a fight with Kane, and he's been looking for Kane that night, the whole time.
Right, of course, right.
And then that's when Stephanie jumps in and says, "Well, we put Kane on a reprimand. He's gonna be suspended for a week, and he's not here." So, anyways, Bryan says that Stephanie is an arrogant and that Triple H is stupid. And Orton starts kissing the Authority's ass, saying that that's not how you talk to them, that you should be kissing the floor that they work on, and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, this led to Triple H telling Daniel Bryan that he has the night off for being so livid and pissed off and rageful.
As you'll learn later on, that turned out to be futile.
Yes. But after, everyone was pissed off, and everybody started doing the no. And unfortunately, the Authority never listens to the WWE universe.
They never do. They haven't been doing that since SummerSlam.
Yes.
But with that being said, that was a good introduction. I enjoyed that. That was like one of the best beginning of Raws I've ever seen in a while. We're going to start off with our first match, which is Mysterio and the Brothers Rhodes against the ever so unstoppable Wyatt family. And I mean unstoppable. They're going into the Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks against the Shield. And oh my God. That is going to be epic in the Target Center. This was a very good match. It was back and forth. There was a lot of good moves in there. The one thing that captured me the most was Rey Mysterio. When he went to do the double 619.
Yes.
But Bray Wyatt
actually got off. The rope.
And he hit it on, who was it? I think Harper.
Yes.
He hit the 619 on Harper. But when he went to do the springboard over the rope, Bray Wyatt
grabbed his foot.
Hit the face. And that led to an all-out ensued brawl outside the ring.
Yes, that was beautiful because Bray Wyatt ended up, grabbing Rey Mysterio's leg, right?
Yeah.
And so that means he's outside the ring. After that, Cody Rhodes jumps and hit Bray Wyatt, which makes Rowan hit Cody Rhodes, which makes freaking Goldust
do a backflip. A backflip. When do you ever see a guy who was in the WWE during the Attitude Era? He never did that during the Attitude Era. Never.
And then he hits Rowan.
Oh my God.
So this whole time, the two legal men here right now are Mysterio and Harper.
Which then, if you saw it, Bray Wyatt tapped himself in.
But Rey Mysterio didn't do that. I didn't see that. So he ran to the ropes to do a 619. Oh
my God, the craziest Sister Abigail I've ever seen on Monday Night Raw.
Bray caught.
He caught him beautifully, but he just went like, he was like,
if this was video, you'll see the Future trying to do the
Sister Abigail
on me. But basically what happened was little tiny Rey Mysterio runs to the rope and throws himself to do the 619. Bray Wyatt catches him in the middle of the ring and does a Sister Abigail in like a blink of an eye. A very vicious.
Yeah, I know.
This is the most vicious one I've seen because he usually takes his time, grabs them, kisses them, and then does it.
Yeah, well, this one
he caught him mid-air, mid-run.
I was thinking he caught him. It was like a split second. It was like, here you go, you're done. Match is over.
Exactly. That was a crazy Sister
And the
Abigail.
crowd reacted. Oh my God, the crowd was like,
I was even. I'm like, does Rey Mysterio still have freaking
life left in him?
Because if you remember, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, he suffered a crazy vicious spear from Roman Reigns. Everyone's just tearing Rey Mysterio apart. Leave the little guy alone.
Let me tell you, Rey Mysterio is a workhorse. This guy, I'll bring up a little history here. When Mysterio was in WCW, he always got the worst abuse from the NWO. And I mean, he got it from left to right. He got it from Hogan, the Giant, the Steiners, from Perfect, Bret Hart. He got annihilated in WCW. But yet, he was a popular guy in WCW. He was the underdog in WCW, comes to WWE, and he's still the underdog, and,
He is the best underdog.
Oh, yeah.
Vicious underdog.
He may take a beating, but damn it, can he put on a show.
Exactly. And he's been world champion before.
Yeah.
And he's a really good champion, too. Anyways.
Do you think they're ever going to give him another title shot?
I don't know. Right now, they're putting out so much new people that they're just, like, skipping over, which is what getting me pissed off. They're skipping over, like, Ziggy and Rey Mysterio.
You look at it this way. You want to try to get new blood as champion. Look at the Elimination Chamber. You're going to have Cesaro, who's never been anything big since being the United States champion.
Yeah.
He's going to go for the world title at the Elimination Chamber? That's big for him.
Sure. So, anyway, after this awesome match comes something so retarded. I can't stand.
Oh my God.
Okay. So Santina Mariela comes out with Emma and her freaking retarded dance with her hands. And she actually starts to want to walk like him down the whole, going towards the ring. It was, anyways.
It was stupid.
So, Fandango comes out, and this is supposed to be a match between Fandango and Santino.
Which it ended up being.
And, like, I don't know, I think it was just a waste of a match. And I'm not the only one that thinks this, because The Miz comes out again, pissed off, takes JBL's mic off, and says, you see this stupidity, basically, he's saying, you see this stupidity? They're wasting time here. They don't have him in a match again because they're doing stupid shit like this.
That's pissing me off that they're ignoring The Miz. How could you ignore The Miz? How?
Well, apparently, I haven't seen The Miz fight in a while.
How long has it been? A month and a half?
I don't know, but they're not putting him in. I don't know what he did. Anyways, Fandango wins.
My God.
And he leaves with Summer Rae dancing, doing the little gay dances and you know, the little hip move and stuff. Anyways, skipping over that. After that comes Sheamus and Christian. They team up. They're gonna be against each other in the Elimination Chamber, but this time they teaming up to fight against the real American of America, which is
the real America of America.
The real American of America.
You just butchered the real Americans.
I know. It was supposed to be funny.
Who cares? You can butcher it. I don't give a crap.
Anyway, so people do the "We the People" chant.
That's grown too.
This match, what do you think of that match?
Horrible. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because you look at it this way. The real Americans haven't been much. You know, they haven't been much since they aligned themselves with Coulter. They've been losing a lot. They've been winning, they've been losing, but mostly losing a lot.
Well, Swagger's been losing a lot. Cesaro been putting on a show.
That's why I think they're going to break up. And when they do, you're going to see Cesaro be a champion again. You're going to see it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, because they ain't winning no tag team champions anytime soon.
You're going to see it. And Coulter's going to be a big influence on Cesaro. He could be a good manager, Coulter, but a singles manager, not a tag team manager. He's more of a singles guy. If you look at it,
slapping Swagger over and over is not.
Well, they're trying to the reason why is because they're trying to motivate him. Okay, they're trying to put a little fire under Swagger's ass. That did not sound gay. In case of you all thinking that, I'm just letting you know. But they're trying to light a fire under his ass. They're trying to be like, listen, you're a former world champion. You're a former Elimination Chamber winner. You have it in you to do it. Wake the fuck up. Stop being a slack off. And prove yourself again. You were the best back then. Mm-hmm. What happened? He
was so vicious, like in his matches with Rey Mysterio.
You aligned yourself with Coulter and Cesaro and you turned into a little pussy? Give me a break. I feel that if they can break Swagger away from the real Americans, you're going to see a different side of him. Maybe champion side again.
Well, Cesaro's stealing his spotlight. Cesaro goes again and he does the Cesaro swing on Christian. I
like that swing.
Yeah, he did it 10 times this time.
Oh yeah, the one that I saw.
But it was back and forth. And Sheamus and Christian ended up winning. Sheamus hit a nice bro kick, to Swagger to end the match. And it's pretty good because after that, Sheamus and Christian, I like that they respect each other. They're really good wrestlers. So they didn't go on and do some stupid shit and try to fight each other there, They really worked together. And they respected each other as wrestlers.
Oh, of course.
After they won too. That was really good.
But now we're going to go into something that I thought really brought a big smile on my face. We're going to go into the Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio match. For the past couple of weeks, Del Rio has been running his mouth saying that Batista is stealing Del Rio's spotlight. How Batista should have stayed away from the WWE. It's all about Alberto Del Rio. It's all about me. I'm yada yada, the best. So this match turned to be almost a one-sided match. You know, Ziggler got his ass handed to him. You come to think about it.
But I mean, if you look back on it, because this is not the first time Ziggy and Del Rio fight.
Oh no!
When they were actually putting Ziggy on the top, if you remember, after WrestleMania last year, Ziggy, before WrestleMania too, it was a whole feud between Ziggy and Del Rio fighting for the world heavyweight title.
That was heated.
That was a really good. I was there when Ziggy came out.
The night after, right?
Yeah, the night after WrestleMania was awesome. Ziggy got a huge pop. Anyway, so their rivalry goes back to last year. But this match was pretty good.
Ziggy lost, unfortunately, to Del Rio.
Yeah, Del Rio wins with a nice kick to Ziggy's face.
Oof. Knocked him until next week.
And then he goes to leave.
And then Del Rio shows up again, comes back into the ring.
To do a cross arm breaker.
He was like...
He had an evil,
evil
face on.
And then he locked in that cross arm breaker for like, how long did he lock that in? Like,
I don't know.
About a minute and a half almost?
I don't know. They were trying to, I'm like, what the hell? Someone come out and break
then speaking of the devil, here comes the Royal Rumble, the 2014 Rumble winner, the Animal Batista. To a mixed reaction this time. Mixed. Some boos, some cheers.
But he comes out and spears the shit out of Del Rio.
And, for once, I was cheering for Batista to do a Batista bomb.
And he did an awesome one.
Oh, he did it like...
So after he spews the Rio runs out of the ring like a pussy. You run in your mouth for weeks. And last week you attacked Batista and shit. And you run in your mouth and you don't even have the balls to stand up and fight him now? That he's all crazy?
Sorry.
So anyway, Batista then throws him on the stairs. And then he throws him on the barricade. He's just throwing him all over the place. Man, he clears off the announcer's table and we're good. I'm just like, woo!
Did you hear JBL? He goes, we're turning into the Spanish announce table.
After that, he does a great, vicious Batista bomb on the announcer's table.
That is the Batista that I like to see. A vicious side of him.
I know, I missed Batista. I don't know why people are booing him. I mean, I understand now that they're just like, they want something new and fresh. Like, everyone wants Daniel Bryan. But Batista is like a really good wrestler. He's so vicious and he's so...
Dating back from his days with Evolution. He was like that in Evolution. Then he parted away from Evolution. Went on to, I think, greater success away from Evolution. But if it wasn't for Evolution, Batista would not have been what he is today. I'll tell you that right now. But when he hit that Batista bomb, I was like, the Batista bomb!
I was screaming. I was like, that's what you get, Del Rio, for talking all this shit for weeks.
And I put that up on Facebook. I go, Batista bomb on Del Rio!
Oh my God, that was a beautiful. Anyways, so after that, we get another inductee to the Hall of Fame.
And I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about this one. Lita is now the newest member to be inducted this coming April into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I've never seen Lita fight, so
I'm going to go into a little bit of the history with her. Her real name is Amy Duvall. She had a past rivalry way back in the day with the Attitude Era. She was the manager of the Hardy Boys, who were a great tag team, by the way.
Oh, Jeff Hardy was
Jeff
awesome.
and Matt Hardy, they were the best tag team. They revolutionized the tag team division. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why later. I'll explain it to you off camera. But with Lita, she built up such a reputation in the WWF/WWE. She was a high flyer. She was not afraid to get in the ring with guys. She mixed it up with women, guys. She wasn't afraid.
She was just like China then. Right?
But she was better than China because she was a high flyer, Lita. She did shit, Vanessa, that would pop out your eyes.
Oh, then I gotta look into the history of Lita.
She would do backflips off a ladder, off a top turnbuckle. She would go nuts.
Nice.
She was amazing.
And
But then, as her time in the WWE was, getting to her peak, it turned out she turned on Matt Hardy and went with Edge. And that's thus creating the rated R superstar in Edge because of Lita. Lita brought out the best in Edge.
which is a Hall of Famer, by the way.
Yeah. That's how Edge turned to be what he is, thanks to Lita. Lita was an influence.
Well, if you guys don't know about Lita, she's the newest inductee to the Hall of Fame, and you guys should Google her, which is what I'm gonna do. Or go on YouTube and watch some matches of her. Or
hit me up on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. No, they can hit me up on Facebook, Vanessa, and I can give them some history on Lita by posting videos.
You can also do that, or you can buy the network coming out February 24th for $10 a month and watch all the history. I think
they're gonna have a lot of archives onto that. They're gonna
exactly.
But we're gonna go into more into detail about that after we're done with this show, because there's a lot we're gonna talk about within the next 2 weeks, so we're gonna go into that in a little bit later on.
So after they induct her, we had Rybaxo come out. They fighting the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso, and the audience are just chanting boring. They don't want to see it.
I didn't hear that one. They chanted boring.
They were like boring.
I turned that match. I was going back and forth between different channels.
But it was so at the audience. Next to JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry Lawler. I know. I'm still thinking of Jeff Hardy, which I missed, by the way. Anyways, Jerry Lawler were the 6-time tag team champions of the world.
But we're not going to go into their introduction tonight.
So they were there talking with JBL and them.
But now let's go into a little bit of what happened with the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. Did you see Betty White? They were having tea with Betty White.
So before, a little earlier than that, the Road Dogs take Betty White away from the Divas. Because the Road Dogs say that the Divas are going to do a prank on them. Which actually turns out that the Road Dogg want to do a prank on Betty White. So they put something in her tea, but Betty White is not a stupid bitch. She's a smart ass bitch. She goes, "Can you guys get me some lemon?" Yeah. And they both go away, and she switches the drink.
Did they both go?
Yeah,
they did both go. Okay, they did both go away.
They both went away, which allowed her to switch with
Road Dogg's tea. She switched it up with Road Dogg's tea.
So Road Dogg. Now we're gonna So Road Dogg drinks that. Now we're gonna fast forward.
My mistake. She switched Billy's tea. She switched it with Billy's tea. Because Billy Gunn had the problem, remember?
Yes, exactly. Okay, so she switched it. Sorry for confusing you guys. She switched it with Billy's tea.
Which was funny as hell.
So, fast forward. Now you have Billy Gunn and Road Dogg next to JBL talking. And the Usos match with Rybaxo. The Usos are actually mimicking
the Outlaws.
The Outlaws, doing the whole suck it and everything while they fighting, and they actually mimicking their moves, their wrestling moves. Anyways, so anything to say? Who wins?
The Usos win.
Okay,
but we're gonna
just trying to see if you're paying attention.
No, I was paying attention. I saw the end of that match.
Oh, okay.
But
after that, the Usos and the New Age Outlaws
have a stare
down, right? But Billy goes out running away, holding his ass because they actually put in the drink of Betty. I think it was some shit to make her use the bathroom.
Some bowel movement or whatever it was. Yeah. But Billy Gunn was running away. He was like, oh, fuck.
He was holding his ass, running away. And the whole audience and the Usos were laughing at him.
Yeah, the Usos remembered him. He was like...
That was hilarious.
That was good.
But anyways, yeah, the Usos win. And it was an okay match. It was just going back and forth. The whole thing is just, I think they're still trying to bring the Usos up. Maybe they're trying to do the tag team, like a tag team champion match in the future.
I still think you're going to see it come WrestleMania. I think you're going to see the Usos get those belts. They deserve it. They so deserve that belt.
They've been bringing them up. Like, we've been seeing a lot of the Usos lately. They're really good wrestlers. So.
They learned from their father.
Mm-hmm. So after that, Ambrose is talking to, backstage, and when do you guys remember Ambrose defending his United States champion? When was the last time?
May 2013.
May. Look at that. A long time ago.
You're talking almost a year since Ambrose defended the United States title.
So, because of that, he is the longest reigning U.S. champion.
Which I gotta say was his
he is the one with the fewest matches of defending it. So, of course, he's gonna be the longest reigning. He's not defending it. He's just wearing it around his waist.
Crotch area.
So... anyways, he's trying to prove himself that he's a bigger man because Roman Reigns has been shining the whole Shield.
And they're getting jealous. You see that? They're getting really jealous.
I think the only one getting jealous is Ambrose because
Rollins a little bit.
Rollins right now is just trying to calm everything down, saying, "Yo, we're a team. Like it doesn't matter who shines. We're shining together."
He's like the third wheel in the whole thing.
Exactly. So anyway, Ambrose wants to prove that he is the best United States champion and that he can defend it. So he's gonna go out
and issue an open challenge.
He issued an open challenge to see who was gonna come out. I'm thinking Roman Reigns might step up and beat the shit out of him. I was thinking that too because
did you see his face, Roman Reigns in the back? He was like, "Why don't you defend that title? Prove to yourself that you're a man defending that title." And he had a nice smirk on his face, Roman Reigns. I was like, "Oh, this is it. Roman Reigns is taking the U.S. title."
But what me and the future forgot, maybe you didn't forget, but I forgot, Mark Henry, it was due to come out yesterday. Right? So Mark Henry is the one that accepts Ambrose's challenge, and Ambrose was shitting bricks.
But I think when I heard that Mark Henry was coming back, right? I was thinking, okay, he's going to issue an open challenge at the Elimination Chamber against Lesnar.
Me too.
I thought that too.
Because if you guys remember, Lesnar was the one that dislocated Mark Henry's left elbow.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, Mark Henry comes out and he issues a fight. He's the one that starts fighting with Ambrose. And Ambrose is trying to go balls now.
And it was a good match, by the way.
Yeah, it was really good. Ambrose going in on that injured elbow. Sorry,
which was a smart strategy, though. Try to weaken the arm because you use both arms to do the World's Strongest Slam. So if you have a weakened arm, it's going to be hard for you to do moves, and it's going to be harder for you to do the World's Strongest Slam. So that was a smart strategy on Ambrose. Very smart strategy.
Because he needed to find a weakness on. Sizes don't have anything to do with this because if you remember, Rey Mysterio has fucked Mark Henry up.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it has nothing to do with size right now. But Ambrose needs something to use against Henry because Mark Henry is just pissed off.
Oh, yeah. Because of what he's been going through with Lesnar and all that.
But Mark Henry starts fighting back with one arm.
It was like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, almost.
And he slams Ambrose. and he's about to
win.
And Rollins come in and he interferes and hits Mark Henry, which causes
the referee to throw the disqualification and give the match to Henry.
But he doesn't win the title.
Doesn't win the U.S. title.
And
I'm going to tell you this right now. After the Elimination Chamber, when Henry probably does fight Lesnar, I think they're going to make that match. I think they're going to make that match very soon. If not, they're going to make that either Friday or Monday coming up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put it out there. WrestleMania 30, New Orleans Superdome. Mark Henry versus Dean Ambrose for the United States title.
Maybe they'll do that, but I think Mark Henry's just too big. I'm not a big fan of the United States title.
Here's my reason why I'm thinking that. Start the tension with the Shield. Start to show weaknesses inside the Shield. If you get the Shield to have no titles, like Reigns and Rollins have right now, they have no titles. If you can get Ambrose to lose the United States title, look at the tension, the friction, and the problems you're going to have inside in that stable. You're going to have numerous problems.
Well, I think if you really want to cause tension, make it Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose.
Versus Mark Henry. Make it triple threat.
And Ambrose loses, Mark Henry loses.
Or whoever wins. It's just as long as Ambrose is not the United States champion. Because like you said before, and you said this in past couple of shows, and you've been saying this for a very long time too, start breaking up the Shield. Start getting them to go single competition.
Mm-hmm. So Henry, he's pissed off, and he throws both Reigns and Rollins from the top rope. And he slams Rollins. Off the ring. Reigns then spears Henry.
What a vicious spear. Roman Reigns, I'm going to tell you right now, has gotten a lot of pop from the WWE universe. He, day in and day out, has proven himself to be better than anybody else. You know what I was waiting for last night? And I was waiting for it? The Powerbomb. From Roman Reigns?
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting for that. Or Superman Punch.
I mean, well, with that vicious spear, Mark Henry, which is already just he was passed out on freaking ring. They start to retreat.
And then, we're here. The Wyatts show. But let me tell you, I'm going to take over on this one.
Yes.
If you don't mind. This was going to be a clash in the City of Angels. You have the Wyatts. You have the Shield. You have two teams going at it in 2 weeks in the Target Center at the Elimination Chamber. 2 weeks. I thought we were going to have the Elimination Chamber match right then and there.
I know. They were staring at each other. So, anyway, so the Shield starts to retreat. The Wyatts come out and they start walking to the ring. So the Shield, first was Roman Reigns. He comes back, right?
He led the movement.
They're each at one side of the ring, staring at each other.
Stare down.
Yes. Roman Reigns gets a little closer. The Wyatts gets a little closer. Finally, Roman ends up with Roman Reigns inside the ring, waiting for someone to come in, and he has the I wish you would face on.
Oh yeah, he had the bring it on, bitches.
Exactly. And then Bray Wyatt goes halfway in the fucking ring.
No, he was in the ring and then he retreated outside the ring. And that got the crowd pissed.
Yeah, I'm like, you go pussy out, nigga. No, you think you mad? Aren't you saying bring on the war?
No, because like I was telling you, I was waiting for the clash of Titans.
Well, they're trying to build the tension. Because if they fight then and there, then their match in the Elimination Chamber is not going to be as much
epic.
Hype and epic. Because we haven't seen them clash yet. If they would clash in Raw, then their clash in the Elimination Chambers won't have as much of an impact.
Yeah, it won't be,
Because everyone's just like, oh my goodness!
And I'll tell you this right now, the Shield is going to win that match. the Shield will win that match. I would be surprised if the Wyatts won, but the Shield, as good as they are, even though you may not like them, you may not want them to be, victorious, but mark my word, I'm laying a prediction down right now, guys. The Shield beats the Wyatts.
Well, I'm not a fan of the Shield. I'm a fan of Roman Reigns, not the Shield. I'm not a fan of the Wyatts either. So right now, the only one I really like is Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns,
I'm
right.
believe in Roman right now. But if, I've been saying for a while, if they're really trying to break up the Shield, won't it be better to have them lose or dismantle in the Elimination Chamber?
That would be good, but you want it to be unexpected. And what no better place than WrestleMania?
It could
Bigger crowd, and you're on a bigger stage.
That is true. But then you still want to create tension, so you want to make the Shield lose.
But you can start doing that after the Elimination Chamber.
Either or. I just want to see the clash. These are 6 good ass freaking wrestlers.
Very good. Very, very
they're
good.
They're all 6 very vicious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Very,
It's
very
going to
vicious.
be Rowan with his wedgie ass green pants. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Only you would notice that.
But Rowan always has a fucking wedgie. Those green jumpsuits are always up his
Why
ass.
are you looking at his pelt?
The camera was straight on it. Anyways, we have Rowan, we have Harper, we have Bray. All of them 3 together are really crazy, vicious people. Then we have,
and I'm afraid,
freaking Roman Reigns, who's actually outshining the Shield right now.
And I thought you were going to say his sexy, glowing body was going to be like,
No, right now I'm looking at more of the fights, of the viciousness.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
So, we had these freaking vicious people, and that clash is going to be epic, which is what I'm trying to say.
Minneapolis ain't going to hold it. You might just see it break out outside the Target Center. I'll tell you right now. The Target Center, it's going to have a big target at the Elimination Chamber. But, comes a very fun part of the show. The Divas.
The Divas.
It was the Bellas and Cameron without Naomi, which we're going to go into in a little bit, why Naomi wasn't there. Mm-hmm. It was Alicia Fox, Oksana, and AJ.
And then outside the ring, we have
Eva Marie.
And
Tamina.
Exactly.
This was it was 50-50.
I haven't seen AJ fuck up anybody in a while. I haven't seen her fight. I just see her get cocky after she does one move, and then they smack her, and then she cries or tags out.
Yeah,
I haven't seen AJ, the crazy vicious AJ.
Oh, I miss that side of it.
In a long time.
Well, we haven't seen her. We haven't seen that side since what? Raw when we went there last year.
Yes, it's been a long time.
It's been about a year now because they softened her up, which to me, I don't understand why they softened AJ up, but for some reason they softened her up. I missed the crazy, diabolical side of AJ, oh, how you doing?
Bam! And smacks the shit out of you.
What she did to, the problem that she had with Dolph Ziggler when we went to Raw at the Barclays Center last year.
Yes. That was awesome.
And how AJ caused Dolph Ziggler the match. Bring that back to AJ. Bring that back.
Well, they don't have AJ being a whore anymore. They just have AJ being a crybaby.
I miss the whore side of AJ. That's the side of AJ I love. Sorry, but, it was an okay match. And
the Bellas, they try to double team. They try to do something where Nikki was on her back and Bree slipped.
Oh, yeah. She tripped. She tripped.
She tripped over her own twin. And she tried to hit, it was Oksana in the corner?
Yeah, it was Oksana. And she was like, what?
She slipped over. The funniest part out of the whole shit was Cameron beating the shit out of
Alicia Fox.
And Alicia Fox weave is like about to fall off.
That was her weave? I thought that was her real hair.
No.
That was
oh my goodness. You don't know anything.
Hey, what the fuck you talking about? I don't know anything. I know more than you.
Her weave was about to fall off. You saw like her weave retracting and shit. Like, it was hilarious.
That's a girl problem.
It was funny. Anyways, who ends up winning? Continue.
Of course, it was Cameron and the Bellas. But
how did they win?
I forgot how the hell they won. Refresh my memory. I forgot how the hell they won. I was too focused on Cameron. I'm sorry. I got memorized.
Yeah. Cameron ended up getting up the win. It was an. I'm not really liking the Divas right now because you're not having. I mean, you have Cameron and Naomi.
But Naomi wasn't there because Naomi has a fractured eye socket, which
Oksana caused when she need her, right?
Yeah, need her right in the eye. Plain and sight, she's like.
I know, that was last week Raw. Oksana need Naomi.
Yeah, that could
But she still got fucked up, but Naomi still got the win.
Yeah, but still, that could be very bad, though. That could fuck up your vision, though. You gotta be careful about that.
Hopefully, Oksana didn't ruin.
Praying for a good recovery. We hope to see Naomi next week.
Yes. So anyway, so Cameron and the Bella Twins win. After that, we have Corporate Kane comes out.
The corporate sellout, nonetheless.
Yes. And we gotta remember, there is a monster beneath that suit.
I think he's gonna break out of that very soon.
And he has to. He's been breaking out little by little. He's been trying to contain it, but you can't freaking hide a monster behind a suit and expect him to stay there or nice and sweet. No, this is freaking the big red machine.
It's a big red monster, as he was normally too. But he comes out, says, you know, the authority, I've been on reprimand, I went over my boundaries, yada yada. And
I'm sorry for going over my boundaries. I'm gonna be suspended.
Do you really think that was gonna sit over with you know who? Come on. Did you really think, Vanessa?
I know, like, you're gonna go out there and expect to just say that and then leave without Daniel Bryan coming out? Think of Daniel Bryan comes out.
And he fucks up Kane.
And he just starts going in on Kane. Because if you remember, they were actually good together on Team Hell
No, yeah. Very good. Right? Thanks to Dr. Shelby. They're the ones that got them together.
Exactly. Then, then they ended up splitting up or whatever. But Kane is just... He gets on my nerves right now because I just want him to put on his mask and start fucking up everybody.
He will. In due time. He will.
Anyway, so Kane ends up chokeslamming Bryan for the third time. He chokeslammed him last Raw. He chokeslammed him on SmackDown, I believe.
SmackDown he did, yes.
And he chokeslammed him yesterday.
I'm surprised
again.
They're building this up.
Maybe they're trying to find something for Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania.
Because I read online last night during Mania they want to make a triple threat match.
Between?
I think Kane, Bryan, and Triple H.
For?
Nothing. They just want to make a triple threat match.
Oh.
But also, there's also rumors that they might want to put Daniel Bryan in the world title match.
I know. He needs something. Like, if they really want to do what's best for business, and if they really trying to listen to the universe, they have to start doing, like, getting Bryan up there. No one wants to see Bryan freaking sweeping up after everyone dirties the freaking kitchen.
But
they want to see Daniel Bryan cooking and busting his ass.
But you might see either the triple threat match, like I said, or you might see him in another triple threat match for the WWE World Title, Batista, Orton, Daniel Bryan. That, I think, would be good. There, I think you might see Daniel Bryan win the title. Not Batista.
Well, if Triple H and if the whole authority, I'm telling you, they should freaking stop acting like if they're trying to do what's best for business and actually do what's best for business and give fucking Daniel Bryan his place. I know that leads all to like these tensions so that the whole crowd can stay on Daniel Bryan's side and shit. But come on, dude, Daniel Bryan has to be in WrestleMania doing something big.
He will be. We just don't know what though, but he will be.
But that's why they're trying to build up storylines with like Kane,
because
it was Kane against CM Punk, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
Then CM Punk is pissed off with the authority and the whole WWE and is unhappy, so they have to have Kane go back, start a feud with somebody if they're trying to get Kane, real Kane.
Because the original storyline plan was, if I remember, I told you this, was to have Punk versus Kane at the Elimination Chamber. Mm-hmm. That fell through. But now the WWE is telling the fans, forget about Punk. Stop cheering CM Punk's name. He's not part of the company anymore. Start cheering the guy that's not with the company anymore.
No, that doesn't work, because yesterday they were chanting for CM Punk in the beginning when the authority was out. When they were talking all that junk and no one wanted to hear them.
You know what I think it is too? They're going to put pressure on the WWE to get him back.
They have to do something, because the fans really want CM Punk back.
He was one of the best. I enjoy CM Punk.
He's the best in the world.
Where do you think I got my moniker from, being the best in the world? And now, ladies and gentlemen, to close out this show, we're going to go into the night's main event. It pits the greatest wrestler in the PG era, John Cena, versus the best wrestler from the end of the Attitude Era, Randy Orton. This, ladies and gentlemen, has been a rivalry for many a months. Maybe even a couple of years in the making.
Yeah, because they were fighting in 2009 in an I Quit match.
Yeah, at Breaking Point. It was at Breaking Point. It was a no disqualification match. Randy Orton had John Cena handcuffed to the turnbuckle. He was whipping Cena with the kendo stick, but Cena, as resilient as he is,
didn't want to quit.
He didn't want to give up. He was saying, the referee was going, "Do you quit, John?" "No!" And then he got on in the STF. Well, back then, I'm sorry. I don't know if it was the STF or the AA back then. I don't know what they called it back then, but
I think it was called the STF. Basically, he had them in the STF. I think they were calling it the STF. And Orton ends up doing the whole I quit. Yeah. Anyway, this was in Breaking Point, 2009. So they've had a feud for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
Plus what Randy Orton did to Cena's dad.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of Raws ago.
2 weeks ago.
It was, okay.
2 weeks ago.
Okay. And anyway, so this has been building up. This was a really good match. They were
awesome.
Going back and forth. Like, I was sleepy. And I was watching, like, I couldn't
not go to sleep. Your eye?
Yes, I'm at least holding one eye open just so that I can see this match. Because it was really good.
It really was. This was one of the better main events I've seen on Monday Night Raw for a long time. You don't see many good main events on Raw. But this one, of course they had the crowd chanting, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks."
Let's go Cena.
Which motivates Cena, if you notice. It motivates John Cena to be the best at what he does. And lately, over the last couple of weeks, and maybe about a month now, Cena's been doing some new moves. Mm-hmm. He did a Hurricane Rana. And just last night, he did a top rope DDT. Which was, I think, amazing. When do you see something like this coming from John Cena? John Cena, of all people. And then, what I thought was really great was the top rope leg drop. What he did on Orton for the win, the top rope leg drop. Oh my God. Cena, I have to say, as much as I hate the guy, I'm starting to get a little bit more, I'm starting to get respect for this guy.
Now you're trying to get, Cena's been here for a decade and now you're getting respect for him?
Because he's doing more moves now, Vanessa. He's getting more moves in his arsenal. His moves arsenal is basically the same shit he's been doing since 2002. You don't do that. You don't win over fans with the same move. He's probably saying, listen, if I want to get a bigger fan base, I got to get more moves. I got to have a bigger arsenal.
But he was going to the extreme. He was trying to do the AA from the top rope.
The top rope, yeah. That's the second time he's tried to do that, but that's gotten reversed. The second time he's tried to do that. I think it's going to happen.
That would be beautiful. Whoever it is, I feel sorry for you.
Oh yeah, watch it be ready.
But it was going back and forth. None of them wanted to quit. They did. Orton did an RKO. Cena didn't.
And they both kicked out.
Yes.
They both kicked out, which was really good. And the expressions on their faces was like, "Are you serious? Oh, come on, really?" And I was like, "Come on."
They thought they really had it because after Vicious RKO from Orton, usually Orton wins.
Oh yeah, Orton's been known to be that. That's why he's the apex predator. But with him kicking out of Cena's out of the AA, and with Cena kicking out of the RKO, I was like, oh God, this match is gonna go on until maybe midnight. The way this was going,
they were going back and forth. I think that was a really good freaking match.
It had me on the edge of my seat. It really did.
Like, I ended up waking up afterwards. I was in it because we have two freaking awesome wrestlers, and I don't know who to cheer for because they're both so freaking good. I just be like, oh, RKO him! Oh my God, an AA! I just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
But you know why my hatred towards Cena was because. You know why? Because of the Royal Rumble at Madison Square Garden a couple of years ago. That's my hatred towards Cena. But with him now getting more moves in his arsenal, he's starting to get my respect.
Well, if this much viciousness between these two go on into the Elimination Chamber, I don't know what's going to happen. Because we have 4 other superstars, right? That are as vicious.
Oh, as vicious, but not, you're going to have Daniel Bryan, John Cena, and Randy Orton be the final 3 at the Chamber. You're not going to see Sheamus. You might see Sheamus as the final 4 candidate for the Chamber. Yeah. But you're not going to see Christian.
The first one that goes is Cesaro.
Yeah, Cesaro. Or even Christian.
Or Christian. Anyways, these, they're all 6 actually just been more vicious lately. If you see how Christian and Sheamus is fighting more, and Daniel Bryan's viciousness because of all the anger he has inside of him.
Yep.
And then we seen these two yesterday, Orton and Cena, then in the Elimination Chamber, of all those rages combined together, it's gonna be a fucking explosion.
Now, isn't next week Orton Cesaro? Or is that happening on Friday?
That's on SmackDown.
That's happening on Friday.
Yes.
So what are they going to do on Monday with Orton? You're just not going to have him fight?
I don't know, but Orton is on a freaking losing streak right now.
He lost
yesterday after.
He did lose. But
John Cena.
But he beat Christian. So he is 1 for 2.
Okay, well, he's 1 for 2.
He might be 2 for 2 if he beats Cesaro on Friday.
I have a feeling he will. Because they can't have him just losing every fucking match.
I thought they were. I really thought they were. Because I thought, like I told you.
They might do Monday, him and Sheamus.
Oh, I forgot about Sheamus.
Oh, how you forgot about the Celtic Warrior? See?
Yeah, good point. Good. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about Sheamus.
So on SmackDown, it's going to be Orton versus Cesaro. If you remember, since last week, the Authority told Orton he has to prove himself and he's going to fight each member of the Elimination Chamber match that he's going to be in. Individual matches, one on SmackDown and one on Raw. So he lost to Daniel Bryan. He beat Christian. And he just lost to Cena.
To John Cena.
And then he fights Cesaro.
And then Sheamus the Monday, the last Monday before the Chamber.
Correct.
So it's gonna be good. They're really bringing it up. They're gonna make a lot of people, I think, watch the Elimination Chamber. It's gonna be interesting.
They're bringing up storylines and they're bringing up all this tension and they're bringing up all this viciousness so that people can actually go into the Elimination Chamber hype.
I'll tell you why. Because Vince McMahon is not happy the way the pay-per-views have been lately. He wasn't happy with the Royal Rumble. He wasn't happy that Daniel Bryan wasn't in the Royal Rumble. I think if they would have put Daniel Bryan in the Rumble, you would have had a lot more people watch the Royal Rumble.
If you put Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble, it's for him to win the Rumble. And they wanted Batista to win the Rumble.
They should.
Which actually backfired.
Backfired big time.
Because the whole audience is still
buzzing
for Daniel Bryan.
And CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because it was going to... My prediction I had was Punk winning the Royal Rumble, which totally backfired, by the way, thanks to Kane.
Well, Punk, technically, and I keep saying it, he was not eliminated because Kane had already been eliminated, and you're not eliminated from the Royal Rumble.
Calm down.
If a previous...
Calm down. Hey, don't put the finger in my face.
If a previous a previous wrestler was already eliminated and they tried to eliminate you, you are not eliminated. Go to see the freaking rules.
Calm down.
Jesus.
Hey, calm down. Cállate.
So anyways, this has been really fun.
This was. I had a great time being right next to you as the co-host, the co-host. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, please, we urge you to spread the word. Spread it to your friends, your family, your co-workers,
your dogs, your cats,
strangers. Bring the word. Spread the word. Go to YouTube.com. Search We Love It Raw. We would love to hear your feedback. Your comments are always welcome.
Please subscribe to WatchThePot.com. Okay, if you want to see these awesome videos, go on WatchThePot.com. All these videos are on there. It's a YouTube on YouTube. All these awesome videos of all these awesome me, and awesome the future.
Of course.
And awesome AS Caldero talking of everything raw. Everything wrestling. Remember, we also have a new show, Total Impactful SmackDown.
That's out of the question right now. I'll explain to you why later.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
But like we said, please spread the word. Family, friends, neighbors, strangers, co-workers, anybody you can think of.
Listen, comment, subscribe, share. Please comment.
Hit us up on Facebook. Tell us what we can do better. We always welcome new and fresh ideas. For the future, Chris Corey. For VNEss Vanessa Cruz. This has been YouTube's We Love It Raw, and we will see you next week.
Keep it real and keep it raw. Thank you, guys.